Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to our course Lexical Studies. Today's our topic of lecture is the vocabulary in this course. As you know, our today's topic is vocabulary in this course. In this regard, we will discuss some important elements of lexical cohesion or discourse analysis that are related to the vocabulary or different selection of the words. So, lexical cohesion, repetition of words and the role played by certain basic semantic relations between words in creating textuality in different structure of the written text. Different words or repetition of words, they play different roles related to their context or related to their semantics or meaning wise. There are some different roles that are played by different words. So here in this way, lexical cohesion, we will discuss in detail all of the things. According to Halliday and Hassan, the relations between vocabulary items in text are on the basis of two types. So what we can say, the vocabulary items are associated or are being used in the text on the basis of two types, reiteration and collocation. So number one is the reiteration. Reiteration means either restating an item in a later part of the discourse by direct repetition, or else reasserting its meaning by exploiting lexical relations. Either we are using the base word to make some other additional associative words in the later part of the sentence or statement, or we take the lexical relations, means meaning wise we do meaning wise we select different words, means having similar meanings. We use different words but having similar meanings, or we can say like synonymy or hyphonymy. As we can say hyphonymy as the flower, the main category, general category, or specific categories, rose, tulip, or orchid. We can include different general class or specific class. So repetition, synonymy, or hyponymy, these are the three main ways while we are dealing with this reiteration in the discourse analysis. Here you can see the examples. There was a large mushroom growing near her, above the same height as herself, and when she had looked under it occurred to her that she might as well look and see what was on the top of it. She stretched herself up on tiptoe and peeped over the edge of the mushroom. Accordingly, took leave and turned to the ascent of the peak. The climb is perfectly easy. Henry brought himself a new Jaguar. He perfectly lives in the car. In these instances, you can see the first in circle, red in circle. You can see the repetition mushroom, and again in the first line, the fourth word, the 1 2 3 4 or fifth word is a mushroom, and in the last word in this paragraph, in the same particular paragraph, the last word is the mushroom. Means again we have used this word repeatedly. So repetition is called the usage of the same word in the next part of the word as it was used in the first part, without any changing, without any alteration. The next word is ascent. Ascent means to go up, or the climb. These are the synonyms words. Or the third one, superordinate and subordinate. Jaguar, it's a subordinate or specific class of the car. The car is a superordinate. Means Jaguar is a type of some car. So here you can see the three examples of the repetition, synonyms, and superordinate or hyponymy, as we have seen in our previous slides. Halliday and Hassan classified reiteration into four types: the same word, synonym, near synonym, superordinate, or a general word. For example, a boy can be replaced the following sentences with the boy is the same word, Boy, again that word is just being in the next part of the word sentence as the boy, the boy. So a boy or the boy. The next word, the lad. Lad as synonym, near synonyms. The child, superordinate, and the idiot, general word. We can say Halliday has defined for classification of reiteration. Lexical cohesion by synonymy. The meeting commenced at 6:30. The storm began at 8. Synonyms: commenced means start, begin means start, start means begin or commenced. Synonym words are being used in lexical cohesion by synonymy. A lexical cohesion by hyphonymy. There was a fine old rocking chair that his father used to sit in, a desk where he wrote letters, a nest of small tables in a dark, imposing bookcase. Now all this furniture was to be sold, and with his own past. It means not only the furniture was being sold, his father's past also being going away. So here you can see the rocking chair, desk, tables, and bookcase. All are the hyphonymy of the word furniture. Furniture is a hyphonymy, or these are the hyphonymy. Or furniture is the general category, and rocking chair, desk, table, and bookcase are the specific categories. So in the start we have seen that the in discourse analysis lexical cohesion can be classified into more two categories: reiteration and collocation. So reiteration we have discussed in a different ways in our previous slides or previous talk. Now we move to the collocation. Collocation, if you remember, we have discussed collocation, the types of semantics and the types of meanings. Collocation: words that frequently go together, or similar words, alternate words, or the words that have similar meanings, same meanings. Examples: strong coffee or black coffee, green tea, fast food, etc. They are having almost the similar meanings they are giving by using these different. Lexis in talk, how speakers reiterate their own and take up one another vocabulary selection in one form or another form, turn to turn, and develop, expand topics in doing so. So, in what way we can say our interactions, it influences other people a lot. So, we also influenced by other people's talk. We want to take some words we want to when we say we use the words that are being used by other people, by other our siblings, by by our parents, by our friends, peers. When we listen, sometimes we adopt as it is, we adopt the words, or we want to take the words that are being used by other people. But sometimes we are fascinated by their vocabulary, or sometimes we also use those vocabulary in our talk. So we want to continue the talk, we want to continue the conversation. So sometimes at the spot when we are discussing a topic, or we are doing some sort of statement with other people, at the spot we are taking some words from other people who are the interlocutor, or who are with us busy in the talk or in the conversation. So Lexis in talk here, you can see the examples in what way people interact with other people, especially the given example is related to women, and women are, I think, most adoptive. They adopt the things very easily. So two women are talking about bonfire night. It's about the Western culture. We don't have these bonfire nights, so maybe some sort of we have confusion about this conversation. Anyhow, we want to take that in what way interlocutors or speakers of a dialogue, or speakers of a conversation, in what way they affect each other, and in what way they have to take words from others by inspiring them, or being inspired from them, or by what we can say attracting the use of the vocabulary by other people. So the two women are talking about bonfire night, the night when many people in Britain have large bonfires and fireworks in their gardens. A lady who is saying, no, I don't think we can manage a large bonfire, but the fireworks themselves we have a little store of them. Are as it's old English, so er this word is now has become absoluted. We don't use this word er. So she's saying that we are unable to manage this bonfire because there's a large quantity of the things or that is required for this bonfire mm, ceremony. So oh yes, they are quite fun. Yes, it's wonderful. Yes, the children like them very much. So I think as long as one is careful, very careful. Oh yes, it's all right. Yes. But I've banned bangers. We don't have any bangers. Oh yes, yes, I can't stand those. Yes, just the pretty ones. Yes, you can notice that the bee is saying yes, all right. She is convincing with the first lady who is speaking first. Oh, sparklers, yes, are my favorite. Bee is saying sparklers that we can manage. Catherine, wheels are my favorite actually, but are you know we have anything that's pretty and sparkly and we have a couple of rockets, so satisfied. Johnson, who is all rockets and spacecrafts and things like that. This maybe she is talking about Johnson, maybe our children, one of our children. So we can understand. The A is talking about the fireworks or bonfires. The B is listening most of the time. She is listening. She's not saying things much, but she is all right. Yes, yes. And she's using this word. Sorry. Next, there is a textual aspect of lexical competency. Sometimes our expectations as to how words are conventionally or traditionally used are disturbed when the writers arrange usual lexical relations for particular purposes of the text. When means there's some different words or terminology or different some lexical relations are being used that are normally not used by a particular community members. So here let's see the statement. The depressing feature of Allen's document is the picture which emerged of smart but stupid military planners, the equivalent of America's matter fundamentalists happily playing the fool with the future of the planet. So we can understand how the person who is smart can be stupid, or how the person who is stupid can be smart at a time. So sometimes these sorts of things that disturb the readers in a way. So this is also happening in the field of discourse analysis. We have to get awareness related to particular social setup or social norms. We must know about the usage of different vocabulary words. Next, there is the register and signaling vocabulary. According to Halliday, register can be defined as a configuration of meaning or semantic stratum or Halliday where language interfaces with the eco-social environment. Let's see the examples of here other next more explanation of the word register. The same individual uses different variety of language depending upon the situation. Language according to the situation is called register. Different registers: formal, informal, linguistics, law, literary, commerce, science, business, etc. So these are the some different what we can understand. A specific vocabulary or specific terminology used by the persons of a specific profession. For example, we can see in the examples of linguistics. In the linguistics term, there are some terms used by the linguist: intelligibility or comprehensibility or learner autonomy. These are the different terms, And specific terms, these are the different specific jargons that are used, that are being used by researchers of linguistics or by linguists, or no common people can understand to these different jargons uh, unless they study in depth. So there are some other jargons that can be used as a register. For example, we can say in medical terms, or in medical terms, different doctors and different doctor or nurses communicate with each other. We can understand. No, sometimes we can understand. Sometimes there are different specific terms we cannot understand. For example, there is a heart murmur. We cannot understand what heart murmur is, or rapid speed of the heart, it's called heart murmur, or trembling of the heart, what we can say. Or physical exam, this is called register. Physical exam, this is the jargons used by a doctor when he or she is, when there is a doctor, a lady doctor or male doctor, they are examining the patient. They are called physical exam. It's not our final exam or midterm exam, or this is totally different from our exam. Physical examination means the overall examining, or overall, what we say, overall examining of the body by a doctor. So physical exam is different from our final exam or midterm exam. Some other words we can also use, or treatment. Here you can see the word treatment is differently in our research language. It's also being used a treatment word when there is the experimental research and there is a treatment of the control group or experimental group. So they use the word treatment. But in medical term, treatment is different. So the particular members of a particular field, they can understand the register and jargons, and the other people, it's very difficult for other people to understand those terminology. So you can think a lot of jargons and registers by yourself, or some other jargons that I want to discuss here with you. Let's say in political or in the field of law, we can understand some jargons. So think about all these things, or some science related terminology, or business related terminology, or commerce related terminology, or literary, etc. You can think a lot of. Maybe I will give you an assignment about this register and jargons very soon, inshallah. Next, there is modality in lexical cohesion. For lexical cohesive devices, modality is also being used. The importance of modality in the creation of discourse has been demonstrated by a number of discourse analysts, Stubbs, Perkins, and Westman. All messages, both written and spoken, choose some degree of modality, which could be expressed grammatically through modal verbs or auxiliary verbs or a helping verb, what we say, or semantically through modality words. There are some particular modality words that are being used in the under this concept of modality. So first there is a modal verbs, or what we can say grammatical modality. Or for example, noun, adjective, verbs, adverbs carrying the same meaning as the modal verbs as the center of the interest of the discourse. And modal verbs could be of two types: epistemic modality and deontic modality. Epistemic modality, it expresses the speaker's opinion about the truth, or deontic modality is concerned with the ability, permission, requesting, and commanding. Let's see examples of those. Epistemic modality: he might be there, he may be there, he should be there, he must be there by now. So there are what we can say opinion. Deontic modality: she can go, possibility, you may go, permission, you should go, and you must go, recommendations. So these are two modules of grammatical modality, epistemic or deontic. Next, there is a semantically modality or semantic modality through modal verbs. It includes words such as appear, assume, doubt, guess, look, as, if, suggest, think, actually, certainly, inevitably, obviously, possibly, and some other nouns, adjectives related to them. These are the semantic modality. So it's our end of our today's lecture.